The Yu-Gi-Oh! North America World Championship Qualifier Weekend moves into day 2. Coming to you live from the Minneapolis Convention Center in Minnesota, 16 duelists battled through the points playoff yesterday, but only 2 earned a spot at Worlds in Tokyo. After this weekend, 4 more will join them, but first they'll have to grind through Swiss. Thousands fighting for the chance to prove they're the best duelist in the world. Yesterday, duelists also took part in the first ever Genesis Championship, which continues tomorrow, and the Dragon Duel Championship also begins today. So many exciting duels ahead. If you look around me, you can see these hopeful duelists here, but who is going to Worlds? We shall see. I'm Jackie Jing, super excited for the day ahead, but first we have our pre-show with Kangas. Take it away.
Thanks, Jackie. We are here for day 2 of NAWCQ weekend. Points playoffs already wrapped, and we have our first 2 representatives for North America at Worlds. They're also joining us on the desk here for our pre-show. So we have joining us Mario D'Amico. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's awesome to have you on. We also have Luca joining us on the show, Luca Kovac. So welcome to the beginning of day 2. How you feeling after qualifying?
Definitely happy to be here. Great feeling.
Happy to have you. And Billy Brake, as always, joining us.
Oh, love to be here. Love to watch awesome duelists like yourselves work so hard all year long, and then for it to pay off, to go to the World Championship. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think Billy's had an opportunity to congratulate them very much yet.
I'll always congratulate over and over again. Even if I already gave them, you can never give enough congratulations. Go to the World Championship, such a big deal.
I will say, yesterday started with everybody asking me how I was doing, and that didn't happen today.
I thought about doing that.
Okay, yeah, you thought about it.
Especially when he asked you how you were doing. I was like, we're going to keep this going.
Yeah, keep it going. Mario, I want to start with you and just kind of, now that it's been a full night, you've had a chance to sleep, you celebrate a little bit. Has it settled in now that you're going to be representing NA at Worlds?
So yesterday after the match, I actually went to go and rewatch my video of when I won, just to go see how I looked, how I felt. And I could just see myself breathing out. I was like, it looked like I was so stressed or / relieved. And like, I have none of that right now. I'm like so down to earth. I'm ready to play the main events casually, and it's just gonna be a fun experience for me today.
So you're playing main event today?
Yeah,
you're gonna just
I'm gonna play.
Out?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing, but like I'm gonna be more just like I said, just down to earth. I have no stress at all. It's gonna be fun day.
Well, I mean, we had Julian on yesterday, and last year he qualified through points playoffs, then also got into the top cut, and would have qualified twice through the top cut on Sunday. And he said that it was because he was so relaxed on Sunday that he thinks he was able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like a possibility. I wouldn't rule that out, but I also do know it's like 18 rounds or something like that, or like it's gonna be.
It's a long
It's a
day.
gauntlet.
It's
yeah,
gonna be a
like
long one,
anything could happen in any of those. I think you won't make it if you're X3 or something like that. So it's like you really have to play on your game, and anything can happen. I would like it to, to happen, and I'm gonna try. But I won't be mad if it won't happen.
Yeah, you already got your ticket.
Exactly.
Luke, I'm going to go to you. Same question. Now that you've had a day and a night to kind of sleep on it, has it settled in?
Kind of in the same boat as Mario. It really hasn't settled in yet, but I'm definitely feeling this is, I think, the most relaxed I've been in an event for the last, 2 years or so, just going into it.
Yeah.
Super excited to be playing. I'm also going to be playing the main event. But yeah, same kind of feeling where I'm a lot more mellow than I was yesterday, pretty relaxed and going into it. And I'm super excited to just, play for fun, have a good time while we're here at the NAWCQ.
Well, I also got to give you both props because 2 Canadians being the first 2 to qualify in. I even saw all the Canadians on socials were super excited about that. Ruggles was shouting you out, Luca, being like, this guy's been grinding. It's so good to see him. So how does it feel to have that national pride as well? Do you feel like you're representing Canada?
Yeah, I definitely do. It's a huge honor to be representing Canada at the World Championship this year with Mario, but we're going to see. Obviously, there's 4 more competitors that are going to be making it.
Yep.
I'm hoping all 4 are Canadian personally, but
are there enough? Yeah, obviously there's enough, but like in terms of notable names that were in the points playoffs, would we have enough to kind of fill that out? What's the biggest Canadian name that comes to your mind, Mario, when you think of somebody else that could join you?
I mean, I would say Jesse Cotton, but he can't come. Yeah, he's going to the Master Duel.
I was gonna see. Yeah, expecting him to choose that.
There's, I guess, Matt McRae would be the next pick.
Matt McRae,
there we go.
Awesome.
Matt McRae,
And if you're watching, pressure's on. Pressure's on.
You know, not just him, but there's also, you know, Steven Trifanowski also just barely missed.
True.
Yeah, just barely missed the
true.
points playoffs. I think he finished 19th this year.
Very
You know,
close.
Yassine as well. There's a lot of good players coming out of Canada that are ready to compete this weekend.
I would love to see Yasin and Triff like make it. They're like some of my close boys, and
That would be fun.
I don't know if the World Championship can handle Triff.
he's got his own aura.
Yeah, the energy level in the room would suddenly increase.
He'll definitely need like a soundproof box for him.
There you go. There you go.
As well as the muscle mass in the room. But I gotta say, I'm happy to hear you both relaxed and calm today, but I'm gonna add a little bit of pressure because Billy, you kept pointing out yesterday that the last 3 Worlds winners have all qualified to Worlds through the points playoffs. So, expectation, one of you have to win Worlds now. What do you think about that, Mario?
I mean, I'm gonna do everything I can. I just have to wait for the list to come out so I can start my testing, and then I gotta get to work.
Okay. Luca, is it going to be you or is it going to be Mario?
It's definitely going to be me if anybody is it, you know. I'm going to work as hard as I can as well. You know, I don't think anybody is going to be able to outwork me, if I'm being honest.
Ooh.
You're going to put in the hours? The
Yeah,
time?
definitely going to put in the hours for this. You know, this is like a dream come true for me, and I'm super excited to be going to Worlds. And I'm not going to let this chance go past me, you know?
Nice.
Just want to make the best of it.
Well, we'll all be cheering you on, but we also have a couple other slots for North America that we can talk about next. Before we get into WCQ, though, I want to get reactions to the points playoffs and some of the things that we noticed as trends. So, Luca, a lot of Cool Tune.
Yeah.
That was like, what, 7 out of 8 in the top 8? That's a very represented deck. Why do you think it was so represented in the points playoffs?
I mean, personally, I played 3 for 3 of my points playoffs games against Cool Tune.
Ooh.
But I think Cool Tune is undoubtedly the best deck we kind of have in the room right now.
Okay.
You know, not just its power level, but its consistency are so high. The ability to play around your opponent's cards as well, you know, like hand traps. The adaptability you get from looking at your opponent's hand and top deck are all super, super important factors in a deck like this, you know? Once you can kind of decide what you need to do with your hand and your strategy going forward, it's super important to be able to win the game, you know, just having this ability to look at your opponent's cards.
It's incredible. I find I've had a lot of conversation with duelists and other casters that Cool Tune is as good as you understand your opponent's deck. Do you agree with that, Mario? Because like you have to know what they're intending to do with the cards.
Yeah. So what I've been doing the last few weeks was actually playing other decks as well. I played almost all of them. One, to see if it would be a good deck for the playoffs, but more also to understand their deck.
Yeah.
So I know, like, just if I know their basic combos, as long as I know how to interrupt them, that's what matters more, whichever deck I pick.
Exactly.
That's something I've told duelists forever. If you want to know a deck, you need to play it yourself, because then you'll know why you're losing every time, and then you can do that to your opponent.
Exactly.
So that's excellent.
Yeah,
advice.
like there's some
Makes
points,
sense
you
what
know,
you
like if I hit right here, they won't be able to make an insane board, and then it's much more manageable.
Definitely.
So do we still think that Cool Tune's going to be like the heavy hitter throughout the WCQ now for the rest of the event?
It has the most hand traps, it has the most consistency, it plays around Droll and Fua fairly well, which I do think, as you see in the playoffs, I think everyone was on Charmies, like Fua and Perilia. I think that would be popular just because like Elf Note and Power Patron, they're so popular, and it just hits all the decks collectively. So it's like a very good thing for Killtune. At the same time, Killtune's bad matchups actually went down, I would say, Branded and Sky Striker, because of the new decks, which is Chaos Branded.
Yeah,
Chaos,
the new Ritual.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have such a good matchup against those that I don't think there's going to be as many Branded and Striker players this time.
Okay, interesting. Now that's surprising to hear, though, Luca. You said you were 3 for 3 against Cool Tune. Your last match was not against Cool Tune, correct?
No, so I played 2 Killtunes. I played Jeremy Glassman in top 16.
Okay.
I played Jib in top 8. I lost both die rolls against them in the mirror, which could be like very unfortunate. But I drew nice and I interrupted well. And another thing I'm not sure if people know is that through the entire playoffs, I didn't drop a single game. So
I did not know that.
yeah, I went undefeated.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was,
That's actually very impressive.
yeah, it was very hard. You know, I had to play very well, and I was locked in.
So the first 2 matches you said you lost the dice roll. So I'm assuming they chose to go first.
Yeah.
So you won 2-0, 2-0, second both times?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I prepared for the mirror match a lot, and my side deck mixed with my main deck. That was another thing too, is that like at one point I had too many cards to side in, not enough to side out, and it's like
Yeah.
you have to sync it where it's like, all right, this is the perfect amount to side out, this is the perfect amount to side in, because
Yeah.
I don't want to lose too much consistency, but I want to be able to stop the opponent.
And then also in that moment, you don't want to be second guessing which of my extra side-in cards do I want to use.
Exactly.
In
This is
time.
all something that like I have, let's say, on a notepad I created like say a week ago, and I just study it. Be like, this is what I remove, so I already know what the side out, what the side in for everything.
I like it. Luca, any surprises in your points playoffs?
Yeah,
run?
so I actually went 0-3 on my dice rolls during the points playoffs.
So you don't need to win the die roll to do well.
Wait, that's
Thanks for being
crazy.
advocates of the die roll. Okay.
Yeah. So first 2 rounds I didn't drop a match. Unfortunately, I played my one of my very close friends and testing
Yeah.
partners in Matt McRae in the top 16 round, which was a huge surprise. You know, only person I tested with in the points playoffs, and all of a
Wow.
sudden there's the 1 in 15 chance that I play him, and I do. That was a huge shock. And then after that, I ended up playing a Haitham Johari in top 8, you know, YCS champion, as well as, you know, Logan Shepard, another close friend of mine, on stream for the top 4 match. So I lost all of my die rolls. I won 2-0 for the first 2 matches, and then the last match I lost the die roll, lost the first game.
Came back.
Super tight game in game 3, and it was, you know, a pretty nail-biter game for me personally.
That
So-
cool team synchro off the top in that game 3
That
was
was
like,
great.
Yeah.
it was,
That
I
was
knew
great.
that you like sealed the deal when you drew that. I was like, I think he has it right here now.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. I think that was just like, you know, the nail in the coffin at the end of the game. But yeah, it was definitely a huge surprise for me, I guess, once I saw that card off the top, and I knew the game was kind of over from there.
Crazy journeys you both went on. It's awesome to hear how you got into Worlds, but I want to bring the conversation now to the today and the rest of this weekend, because 4 more spots are still on the line. So I want to get a little predictive right now. And Luca, let's start with you actually. If you had to pick one other name that you would expect, or rather that you're going to put on the list of like, this is somebody that's going to qualify for Worlds, who are you putting on that list?
I think I got to go with Steven Trifanowski himself.
You're going Trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing with Triff is, you know, anytime anybody counts him out, he's always back for more, right? We saw him, you know, this year. He's gone on a crazy run. You know, he's won YCS Vancouver. He's won YCS Lima. He got top 8 at YCS Anaheim. He stopped playing for a couple months for personal reasons, I assume. But, you know, after that, he went on a tear and went top 8 at the French Nationals as well. You know, crazy run, 3,000 players there. So I definitely think he has what it takes to make it to Worlds this year, especially
Didn't
when
you only
he's
lose
been-
to Julian in the French Nationals also?
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah. His
I'm
only
pretty
loss
sure.
was to Julian, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. But, you know, crazy player. Huge respect for him, you know. But I'm definitely expecting him to do super well in this tournament.
Okay, cool choice. What about you, Mario?
I'm gonna go a little bit more based on past history. I think if anyone can do it, it's probably Aditya. I mean, he has tremendous results at Nats. It's like this is his breakfast
He
almost.
gets 3rd this year, right? He has to keep with the
yeah.
chain.
Yeah,
First,
second,
second,
third.
third.
yeah, like
He's got one more
select
year
him,
where he
yeah.
can get in. Yeah.
yeah, he's a great player, but like at Nats, he just I don't know if he's been the best performer like
Definitely.
towards like
he's turned
Nats.
it up a notch every
He's
year.
also a grinder. I mean, when I hear Luca talk about how much work you put in, like Aditya puts in work. Yeah.
And he has just an understanding of a game that like he has a different understanding. Like he plays Power Patron, he plays other decks. Like these are things that like I said, I'll test a little bit just to understand the basics,
Yeah.
but I have nowhere near the same level he does for these decks.
Sure. All right, cool. So we got Triff and
Aditya.
we got Aditya. Two
Gotta rep
cool
the
names.
Canadians, you know?
Yeah, oh, true. There you go. So next up, to kind of wrap up the conversation, we've talked so much about Cool Tune, but I want to get both of your thoughts on the rest of the format and the rest of the decks that we can expect to see out there. Because the points playoffs, we didn't see that much spread and diversity, but I do expect for the WCQ that we will see more. So Mario, let's start with you. When it comes to Chaos Origins and kind of the new cards introduced, What are the archetypes and the strategies that you expect to be able to perform this weekend?
So before I say the decks, I would actually say the card. I think Pot of Sloth is gonna be
big one.
I think it's gonna be everywhere. I think it does everything that you want going second. Is that like you wanna like basically like change your hand, have the consistency, remove some of those cards you don't want. Maybe if you top deck the Charmy, you don't want to just put it back and have that consistency back.
Or even 2 Pot of Sloths. Like, it doesn't really matter, right?
Exactly. And if one gets ashed, you can activate another. So it's just like almost guaranteed that you will be able to resolve a Pot of Sloth. As for the decks, I think Chaos as a Mina might be a little bit more popular. I do know Branded and Striker will go down in popularity because of that, but definitely like Kiltoon will be maybe not the most represented, but I will think it would be in top cut for sure.
I mean, we're definitely expecting that. But yeah, the Light and Darkness ritual stuff is really, really powerful.
Yeah, so like if they combo and then you are not able to finish the game on your turn, you almost always lose.
Yeah, the grind games.
The grind game, that is scary deck in a grind game.
Luca, similar thoughts? Anything different in your opinion?
Yeah, so I think another part about Pot of Sloth that people kind of missed out on is, as I was speaking about earlier, the knowledge of your opponent's hand in top deck and Cool Tune. Pot of Sloth completely changes the game when it comes to that, right? Your opponent now knows basically nothing in your hand because you've drawn that many cards, put a bunch of them back. So really predicting your opponent's hand is going to be super difficult for a Cool Tune player. Not just that, but I think another deck that's a huge sleeper coming into this event are all the Power Patron decks. You know, with the new Etherealize card, as well as the new Link monster that searches any Etherealize spell or trap from the Power Patron archetype coming into the game, there's a new, I guess, layer of medius the pure, I guess is what I'd call it, you know, where you can kind of bridge your engines into these cards if you have access to any Power Patron monsters. So decks like Elf Note, decks like the pure Power Patron deck, even Doomsy, Archmage, all of these decks now have an extra layer to them that people are going to need to know. Now, the complexity of these decks also definitely helps in the course of an event this long, right? The more complex your deck is, chances are the less your opponent will really know how to play against it.
Yeah.
Especially in a deck like this, in a format like this, I'd want to play a deck that's very, very strong engine-wise, can really do as much as possible with cards like, you know, the Power Patron archetype has, you know, the Shadow Machine Geppetto as a built-in board breaker that you can kind of search in your engine. And I think that's going to be a really, really solid strategy coming into this weekend.
I like that note, especially about the Pot of Sloth changing the information, because that's one of the biggest strengths of Cool Tune is that information. Bill, I want to get your quick thoughts on this. Any like specific decks that you're looking out for that you want to see find success?
I would love to see the Light and Darkness ritual deck do well. Like I was looking for it yesterday. A couple of people entered with the points playoffs. NAWCQ is one of those players, but it turned on him. He drew horrible every game, had double Mind Shuffle every opening hand. So I don't want to see that. I want to see some Black Chaos, some Griffo. I want to see the deck in action. We haven't got to see it on stream really highly performing. So I'm looking forward to that. But I do expect Cool Tune to be the deck that comes out on top this weekend.
Okay, Cool Tune's the deck to beat, but a couple of contenders in there as well. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so much, Luca, for coming on to our pre-show. Best of luck having fun today and this next weekend, because you already qualified for Worlds. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. That does it for our pre-show, but the show is underway. Casters, take it away.
Long ago, the world was ruled by spells and monsters.
Your move! Your move!
Thousands of years have passed, and the world needs a new champion. Who will be crowned champion? We will know your name.